Hello friends, welcome to AZ 204, Lab 11, Exercise 3. And here is the lab scenario. So far we are done with exercise 1 and exercise 2 and the last videos. And in this video we'll work on exercise 3. So basically here we'll add messages to the queue. If you guys remember in the last video we created our message queue and now we are going to put some messages in the queue. Okay? Okay, here we are. Exercise 3, add messages to the queue. So now we need to go back to our main method and we'll write this particular log. Okay, so I'll put the log here in the okay. If you see here, so this is my last line. Now we need to add a new property which says batch count equals to 10. Okay, let's create one. Now next thing that we need to add this particular line of code is say the time spent equals to time spent dot frame seconds 2.5 day. So basically, this particular piece of line will set the visibility timeout with the value of 2.5 seconds. Okay, let me just copy and we'll add this one here. Now in the main method, we need to add this particular line of code to invoke the receive message async method of QClient. So here, basically we are going to receive messages. We'll read the message from the queue. Okay. Now next thing that here, update the previous line of code by adding more code to process the expression asynchronously. So basically here we just need to write await. Okay, so let me just do that. So now this particular piece of code will run asynchronously. Now update the previous line of code by adding more code to store the result of the expression. Okay, so now if you see here, this guy will retrieve the messages. So we are going to all those messages in an array. Okay, so let me just update the code here. Okay, so we are done here. Now next in that we are going to add a for each loop so that we can iterate through the message list and we can print out the messages here on the console. If you see here, queue message in messages, which is our list, and dot value. Now just let a line of code. So this piece of code will print the message ID and message text. Okay, let's go back. Now our main method should look something like this. So far we are good. We'll save the program and then we'll run the .NET build. Okay, so let me just go back here. Let me just save. Now we need to first run the .NET build command just to make sure that things are good. There should not be any error in your project. So things are good. Let's go back. Now, so here we are done with task 1. Now task 2 says test message queue access. Okay, so we'll run our project and we'll see the output. Okay, it says that observe the output from the currently running console application. The output indicates that no messages are in the queue. Okay, so if I go and run our project .NET, I'm just going to run the class .NET run. I'm not expecting any output here because there are no messages in the queue. So if you see existing messages, nothing is there. No message at all, right? Okay. So now we need to go back to the Azure portal, select our resource group, go and open your account storage, and then from there we'll go open an Explorer, which is your Azure Storage Explorer. Okay. So let's do that first. I'll go here. So I'm already here at the storage account level. Okay, let me open the storage account. Now, if you see here, open an Explorer, click. Okay, so I'm just going to download Azure Storage Explorer. Okay, so download for Windows. I'll download Explorer. Okay, Azure Storage Explorer on my local machine. Next, should not take much time. Okay, so here you can see it's done. I'll launch the Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer. Click on Finish. Okay, you can see here it's initializing version 1.4. This is done. Now here you can see it's asking for us to connect to our Azure Storage account. So I'll click on Azure, click on Next. So here we have to sign in. So I'll just put my details to access my Azure portal, and I have to put my password here. So here you can see I'm in. I'll click on apply. So now here I can access all my storage account and everything. So if you see, here is our new storage account which I just created, async storage account, right? Now let's go back to the Azure portal. Let me close this one and I'll go back here. Now it says once you are there, you need to sign in. We did sign in your account. Okay, sign into your in the account management pane, select apply. Observe that you are returned back to the Explorer pane with your subscription. Okay, so we are good here. Now here I can see it about information about my subscription and everything. Now next thing that once you are there, from the Azure Storage Explorer application, in the Explorer pane, find your async storage, which is our storage account name, and then expand and go to queues. So there you should see a queue called message queue. So if I go down here, here is queues. If I expand this one, I should see something called queue, which is our queue, message queue. Okay. Now here we need to add a message. So we'll just type hello world. So here is a, like you can see it, plus add message. So we are going to add a message. Text will put as hello world. And apart from that, we also need to put some. So in the expiry, I'll just choose ours. I'll put 12 and base 64. Okay, so good. Let me just, okay. So now we have one message in our message queue. Okay, perfect. So it's done. Now we need to go back to our VS Code and we need to run our program .NET run. So now let me just clear first. So if I run this program, it should go and read the message which we just put in our message queue. So here I'm expecting one message from the queue. So you can see here message ID, and this is not the message text, or maybe it's like encoded. Okay, yeah, because we have enabled the base 64 encoding, right? So it's not the plain text. Now observe the output. The output includes new message that you created. Okay, so now what I will do is we missed one thing, that we enabled the base 64. That's why we are not able to see the exact message. So what I will do is I'll simply go and create a new message, call my new message, and I'll UTF-8 plain text, expiry, let me again just go hours, validity is perfect. So we are going to put this one, new message. Okay, my new message, or I'll call it as from OK Azure. Click on OK. So now we have two messages. If I run our program, I should get two messages from our message queue. One is encoded and another one is like normal text message. So if you see here, the first one is encoded message and second one is normal text message, regular UTF-8 format. So we can read this one. My new message from OK Azure. Perfect. All right. So here we are done with task 2. Now task 3 says delete queued messages. So now we need to delete the message from our queue. So for that, we just need to go back to our program.cs file. In the for each loop, okay, within the main method, message, message ID, message text, within the for each loop, add a new line. So here we are going to delete the message. So I'll copy this one and I'll go back to the VS Code and I'll put the line here. So we'll delete each message by using the message ID. Okay, let me just save. So the method is delete message asynchronously. Okay, so our main method should look something like this. Okay, so now save and run the program. So I'll go back to the VS Code. Let me just clear first. Now I'll first run the .NET build just to make sure that things are good here. Okay, so there are no errors. Now let's run the program. .NET run. So you see there are two messages, but now because like we deleted after printing out the messages. Now let's go back to the browser and what it says. Let's go to the Storage Explorer and then expand your storage account. Go to your queues, open your message queues, just refresh the queue and you should not see any message. Okay, so let's go here. So we are already here. What I will do is I'll just go message. So I just clicked on refresh and you see there are no messages in our queue. So basically we have deleted all the messages from the queue through our .NET code. Okay, let's go back to the browser. So here we are done with the one is exercise 4 that we'll cover in the next video. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.